Hey guys, welcome to a brand new Rants and PJ Pants. Today's PJ Bottoms, Batgirl. And I also wanted to mention the shirt that I'm wearing. It has a little paw with angel wings. This is from a site called the Animal Rescue Site. When I had to put my darling Max to sleep years ago, I came across this site, and when you purchase things and you have things in your cart, it translates the money that you're going to spend into bowls of food for various animal shelters. So I got myself a necklace that has the paw with the wings. After I had to put Max to sleep, he had that stomach torsion thing. Worst day ever. And then I just recently got this one. So it just has the same design on the back. Super comfortable, but I just thought I'd mention it because the proceeds go to animal shelters. So, today what I wanted to talk about is, I have two friends that I care deeply about. One of which was just blamed for a whole bunch of things that were not her fault, and another that is terrified to start her YouTube channel. And I kind of wanted to talk about that because there are a lot of times when I'll get like a DM and somebody's like, how do you deal with like the hate, or like people dragging you, or I'm too scared of trolls and getting hate to start a YouTube channel, you know? And they ask me for advice. I don't know why, but thank you. I appreciate it. So I kind of want to get into a few different aspects of being on YouTube and on social media and stuff, like my point of view. So everybody tells you that you need a thick skin. You have to have a thick skin if you're going to be on the internet because you're going to have to deal with hate and all this stuff. And I think that some people use that as an excuse when somebody does get sensitive to things. So to me, having a thick skin, it's not about just being like, if you don't like me, don't fucking watch me. It's not about not caring what people think about you. It's caring what the right people think about you. So you could have somebody that's just like, you're fat, you're ugly, or, you know, your hair needs cut, whatever. You don't care. But when there's people that'll say, hey, I think that you should interact with your followers more in the comments section, or I think that you should be doing like this kind of video, or I'd like to see this lane shade. That's okay. That is criticism. Those are suggestions. That's not hate. And even if you don't like dealing with criticism, you're going to have to. And I feel like people that moderate their comments heavily just want to remain like totally self-unaware of how they come across to people, or, you know, even just ideas for like their channel. You know, why would you just want to dismiss everybody that doesn't agree with you? You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I can understand moderating comments when it comes to having homophobic comments, racist comments. A friend of mine shut down her whole channel over racist remarks. That's shit that you shouldn't have to deal with, you know? You don't need a thick skin for that. That's just plain fucking ignorant. Like ignorant, hateful people that have no lives. And you don't want to ignore the actual criticism, but those things you can ignore because those people, like I said, have no lives and they just want to get a reaction out of you. Now, there are some channels that are, as soon as you put on a video, you know, say you're just browsing through YouTube, they immediately come off like, if you don't like me, I don't care, or whatever they're going to talk about. They're like, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, and you, fuck you, and all this stuff. And immediately they're defensive. And that tells me that they might be a little sensitive. There's nothing wrong with being sensitive to the way that people are judging you. It's the having a thick skin is just kind of knowing when to ignore it and move on. And there are a lot of miserable people that do take social media to be a little more serious than they should. They're all about trying to expose each other, and they play out their little dramas on social media like it's a soap opera, only a lot less interesting. Their whole goal, like they are probably losers in high school like myself, but they never got over it. So they feel like if they're in this little mean girl clique, they are relevant. They are important in some way. Meanwhile, we all look at this like, okay, you're so pathetic. those people just want a reaction out of you, and then they want to bait you into it, and then they want to say that you attacked them. Then they want to say that their channel's being attacked, when they themselves are involving themselves in drama that most of us really don't care about. So that that aspect of it is where you just don't need to care about that. You know, having a thick skin is being able to be yourself, be honest, be open, and be able to accept criticism. But when it comes to just hateful things like that, you just have to ignore it. And I would hate for anybody to be like deterred from starting a channel, especially Mari, because I feel like she would be really, really wonderful. And it's sad when somebody's afraid to start a channel because of people like that, you know? Usually for me, I ignore stuff. If it's just straight out like hateful, I ignore it. But if somebody like has criticism for me, I usually shout them out, tell them, hey, I saw what you said. I agree with you. You know, there's a respect there, you know? Some people can be very straight up, very blunt. Maybe you're not used to that. And it can make you feel a little sensitive, because when people say that they don't care what people think about them, I don't find that to be very honest. I care what people think about me, but I care what the right people think about me. I care about people that watch me, if we have disagreements, but we still have like that respect. I care about people that have, you know, critiques for me that are trying to be helpful. I care about that. I care about people that may not like my channel because of certain things I talk about or difference of opinion, but they're able to share their difference of opinion in a respectful kind of way where we can have a conversation, especially when it comes to those DMs. I'm telling you, I'm a very tiny channel. I'll get like 30, 40 DMs. It takes me forever to go through them. I'm like, I don't even know why people are talking to me. This is amazing. So I really don't want anybody to be put off by starting a channel because of people like that. It's sad, you know? There could be these great artistic people that we're never going to see because they're afraid of these losers, you know? And I hate to say that word because then I'm putting them down, but at the same time, that's how I view them, as just sort of pathetic, because, you know, they start the drama, they want to be in it, they want their name out there, they want to be relevant, and then, you know, all they care about is a subscriber count, their view count, a following. Oh God, if somebody unfollows them on Twitter, there's a fucking live stream. You know what I mean? It's not that deep. If I unfollow somebody from social media, either I'm going to tell them why, or it's just because I don't want to see your bullshit in my feed because you're one of those always dramatic, always like just crazy, harsh, aggressive type of people, and I just don't want to see your stuff in my feed. It doesn't mean I don't like you. If I don't like you, I'm going to tell you I don't like you, just like people tell me when they don't like me. Having a thick skin is being able to respect others' opinions. Yes, you may be more sensitive than somebody else. You may take something the wrong way, but communication is key. If you could be like, okay, like, I kind of didn't like how you came at me like that, but I agree with this. You know, there are ways to handle those situations without just being like, oh, fuck you, or like blocking everybody or whatever, you know? There are plenty of things said about me, most recently that I am a racist apologist. In a video that I did last weekend about what are we really exposing, when I was not saying that like Jeffree Star's apology isn't for me to accept, so I wasn't saying anything about that. I was just saying some people accepted it and some people didn't, and that's up to you. Somehow that means I'm a racist apologist. And then I realized that that account just does that, like takes a little chunk of something, tries to blow it out of proportion, tries to make something out of it that's like exposing people, you know? So I stopped following that account just because I was like, I'm not like getting anything from this. This isn't somebody that I like talk to, like we're friends, and it's just constant drama. I don't have a problem with this person. You know, if that's how they see me, that's how they see me. But in that video, I was saying that we should pay more attention to really big things in like the beauty industry that are straight out racist. And I mentioned a couple of things that I'm working on to try to expose in a good way to make us more aware. But that's how that person saw me. You know, I mean, you cannot all you can do is just be yourself and be honest and communicate with people. You're gonna get hate. You're going to get just the straight hate, but then you're going to get criticisms, you're going to get critiques that are probably meaningful, that keep you self-aware, that, you know, keep you knowing how people are perceiving you and maybe what they want from you and they don't want from you. That's important, just like in life, you know? You don't just go around in life just being like a cunt to everybody and nobody says anything to you about it. You know what I mean? Like, you're always going to have to face criticism, and that's okay. But when people do cross a line and they blame somebody for things that are totally not their fault and had no control of whatsoever, it's really just disgusting. And then what they do is, if this person gets upset by it, anybody that may come off sensitive, oh, they're too fucking sensitive. Oh, you need a thick skin. Oh, you should just leave social media. No, sometimes you're in the wrong and you're acting a fucking fool, but you use that as an excuse to not take accountability for your own actions and the way that you treat others. And using having a thick skin as like a defense, I just don't like it. I don't like it. Because yes, you do have to be a strong person. It doesn't mean you have to be a cunt. You have to, you know, allow in like negative things sometimes because it's good for you, it's healthy. But for somebody to blame, like, or just cyberbully somebody and then act like it's their fault, they couldn't handle it. I hate that. And these people, they want to be on social media to be noticed. If you're going to start a channel, or even if you're going to do like a blog, like whatever you're going to do it because you want to do it. Do it because you have something to say or something that you want to share. If you're going to start a channel for the pure fact of like wanting to be famous, wanting to get money, want to get clout or whatever, then just don't even bother, because people can usually see right through that. You have to be transparent. You have to have good intentions, you know? And as long as you're that person and you're genuine, you should start a channel, because I will watch you. I will be there. I will have your back. You know, I don't want people to be just turned off by social media just because of a small group of people, you know? But when those people cross the line, it's upsetting because they blame the other person. You need to remain self-aware. You need to have somebody be able to tell you, you know what, maybe this person is a little more sensitive than you are, but you still started this shit, or you still said some fucked up stuff. You should still take responsibility for your own actions. And that just seems to go right over their heads. Like, they don't get it. It's everybody else's problem. They're being attacked. They're the victim. Anything that they can use to play the victim. And that's a side of social media that you can just ignore, that you don't have to be a part of, you know? Or you can just kind of giggle at with the rest of us. But having a thick skin is just being honest, being open, being genuine, having great intentions, and knowing that there's going to be people that are going to call you fat and ugly and gross or whatever, and just ignore it, because you know it's not true, you know? Just having that bit of self-confidence, just knowing that, okay, these people just want to get a rise out of me, you know, they're fucking around, whatever, and just pay them no mind. But when people come to you with legitimate criticism and they have some strong feelings about you or your channel, you got to hear them out. You got to listen to it, you know? That's my best advice for what I feel like having a thick skin is. It's not an excuse. It's not something that you point to and say, oh, well, you shouldn't have gotten upset. You need a thick skin, you know? Sometimes people cross the line and they need to be held accountable, and they don't like that. So if you are scared to start a channel, please don't be. Please don't be. Look at all of the even major YouTubers. They get a ton of negativity and stuff. It just does really come with it, but you can learn how to handle it, you know? And I appreciate you guys for reaching out to me to ask me about starting a channel and dealing with like hate and everything. It's kind of amazing that you guys would even care what I think. And that's what I think. You know, a lot of people are on social media for the followers, for the attention. Some of us just dig it. We just like it. We just like to be able to sit down and share our feelings about things in PJ pants. So, that's pretty much all I wanted to rant about. I'm just tired of seeing the excuse as, you're too sensitive. Well, maybe somebody is a little too sensitive. It doesn't mean that you can, you know, say all this shit to them and it doesn't have any type of responsibility on your shoulders, because it does. Sometimes it does. I'm not talking about people that are it's so weird, because the same people that say that person's too sensitive, they need a thick skin, are the same people all over Twitter acting like a victim. It's so weird to me. You know, this side that I'm talking about, it's everywhere. There's even people on Facebook that are like that. It's just ridiculous. So don't be afraid to start a channel. Be open, be honest, be genuine. And I hope you do start one. And you know where to leave your link if you do, because I'm going to be the first one watching that shit. And, like the rest of this week, I have 2 Slain shades and 2 All Slay No shades, and I'm working on a particular video about a cosmetics brand that has some very interesting names for their products. So this will probably be like a week full of videos, because I'm working in the evening. And then, you know, Thanksgiving, I will be working for a little bit, but we'll have family and stuff around. So I am going to try to upload as much as possible, because when I'm gone for a while, I miss it. And I miss you guys. So, yeah, that's it for today's Rants and PJ Pants. Let me know what you think, you know, down below. I'm not saying that if somebody, I know that there are people that get ultra offended and, you know, like are overly sensitive, but does that give somebody the right to accuse them of like really disgusting things or bully them? You know what I mean? I do think that there's a line that crosses into bullying. I'm not saying that everything that's negative is bullying. It certainly isn't. But there is sometimes a line that's crossed, and then people say, well, you need a thick skin, but then they play the victim. So just craziness. But let me know what you guys think. Have you guys, any of you wanted to start a channel and you didn't? Or, you know, if you're really like hesitant about it because of stuff like this, let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you soon. Love and hugs. Bye.